Okay, to start this one off, you need to be in Agate City, and just beside the Poke Centre, we need to head into this house and talk to the lady in green. Hello, person in green hair. This stupid thing! Oh, I didn't hear anyone come in. Blame it on me being just a little frustrated with this old piece of trash. Oh, where are my manners, or whatever? Name's Serena. I'm the property manager here in Agate City. I know what you did for the city, and I appreciate it. Seriously, I have no intentions to sleep again for the next 7 years. And at this rate, this is going. That's not an exaggeration. Do you care? Yes, I do. So kind of you. I'm kind of new to the job. Took over after last property manager, accident. Okay, what else would you expect if you frequent that place? Anyway, I've been checking over all the records and such, mind-numbingly boring, by the way. For whatever reason, this address alone is missing all its documentation. There's no indication whatsoever as to who the owner is, when it was sold, or what its standing is. So I came to check it out. As you can see, lived in would be a generous summary of its condition. I don't think anyone stayed here for years. Saw this little piece of trash over here and thought I could figure out who the place belonged to if I poked around. That was my first mistake. This thing needs a password. Looks like 6 digits. Try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd say I don't have a clue what it is, but that's not quite true. The one clue I have is this. A T-meter logo on the bottom of the screen. I've already combed this place and there's nothing to tell me what it is. For better or worse, I'm not too willing to get mixed up with T-meter to find out more either. I'm thinking that's where you come in. I see you've got one of these Meteor ID cards there. How did you see that? It's in my wallet. I won't ask questions because I know you're on the right side. But if you can think of anywhere the card could get you into, maybe there'll be a hint as to whoever owns this heap. I tried brute forcing the password, but that takes for goddamn ever. Still more interesting than the rest of my paperwork though. So, I'll be around. Swing by if you want anything. So you need to head up to North Obsidia Ward beside Spice and head into the Meteor base entrance here with your Meteor card, which goes into there, which is the one we got from the glass factory, and we can drop down into hell. And it's kind of got a fiery glow to it as well. I'm just waiting for Beelzebub to pop out. So here are the rules. Move the numbers between each screen. So essentially it's a magic square, okay? So we're going to have a set of numbers all dropping into these squares, and what you have to do is make them all add up to make 15 horizontally, vertically, and the 2 diagonals on both squares. It's a bloody nightmare. So, and just to make things even more difficult, as if it wasn't hard enough as it was, okay, you're not allowed to have, apart from the centres, the same number in the same place. So you need to have a 5 in the centre of each one because that's how a magic square always works. But as we can see, let's say, for example, we've got a 1 here. We cannot have a 1 in the bottom right on the second one. So what you need to do is once you have your solution for the first square is to have an inverse mirror image over here. So in other words, it's upside down and backwards. So it's mind-numbingly difficult. So the best thing to do, what I've been told the best thing to do, is write your solution down, what you want to achieve over here and over here before you even start. So what we aim to do is we're going to have a 4 up in the top left, then a 9, and then a 2. Then over here we're going to have a 3, a 5, and a 7. And then we're going to have an 8, a 1, and a 6. That's going to be the solution for the left. And then we're going to write the same thing upside down over here. We're going to have a 6 up here, a 1, and an 8, a 7, a 5, and a 3. And top right we're going to have a 2, then a 9, and then a 4. So write that down as your grid. So once you've got that written down, you know what you want to achieve. It's going to be so difficult to do if you don't do that. And then what you need to do is obviously rearrange your tiles to get the left-hand one first. So I think what we did is we did it in rows first. The columns, sorry, 3 columns like this, and then move over into the next one. But the problem with the right-hand one is, it's like doing a Rubik's Cube. You can do one square quite easily, but once you start fiddling around with the second one, you're messing up what you've done in the first square. That's the hard part. So once you've got your first one, what you need to do, it's a bit like the Rubik's Cube where you do it in successive layers. Here you need to do each column at a time, but it's really tough. I couldn't do it, to be honest. So what I've done is I've enlisted the help of a mathematical student, Lucy, who's doing maths at Warwick University. She's got the right sort of mind for doing this, whereas my mind is more suitable for other things. So I'm going to leave it to her to show you how she did it.
Okay, so the first square is kind of easiest. Okay, actually it is. So the first column is 4, 9, 2, so we've already got the 4 and the 2. So I'm just going to move the 9 down, row 2 left, lovely. Okay, now we need a 3, 5, 7. So we've already got 3, so there's a 5 in the top right, so we'll move row 2 across. And drop it into place, like so. So we'll do column 3 down, right, and then move it back. Oops, too far. There we go. Okay, and then we want a 7 in the bottom. Oh, okay, so there's one in the first column, so we'll move our row 3 to the right. What is it supposed to be? A 2 first. Okay. Drop that down. Lovely job. Okay. Last column, we want 8, 1, 6. We've already got 1, so let's just move that. Right, we want 8, which is in our last column, so let's just move it up 1. So we'll move our row 1 across. Okay, now we'll pop our 8 up, so it's in the right row. So you can see we've got the 4, 3, 8. So we're going to move row 1 back. Lovely. Okay, now we want. Oh, that's actually worked. We've actually got some of the next column done. So we want the second square is really hard, and we want column 1 to be the the second square is the mirror image, and the horizontal image of square 1, if you like, it is reflected in the horizontal and vertical axes. So we want it to be 6, 1, 8 in the first column. So let's get our 6 there. Right, so we want a 1. So let's move our row 2 across, because essentially we want to take the numbers from the left-hand square and put them into the right-hand square, but also replace the ones we take. So we're going to want to take a 1, and we're going to... Okay, let's just move... Oops, God. 2 row across again. Okay, so we've got a 1, but it's in the wrong place because I'm stupid. Let's move this column around. Okay, so now we've got a 6 and a 1. And 9, 5, 1. Okay. Let's move row 2. I might have actually just done nothing. Row column 1 down. Okay, so now we've got a 6 and a 1, so we want an 8. So we're going to have to take it from the top row on our left. So let's position our first column such that the number we don't really care about in the column is in the same line. So then we can go and move our row 1 across. Okay, so we've got the 8 in the right place, so let's just move the column down so that we can... that was dumb. Okay, so let's move this row across. And we're going to plop the 8s back into 4, 3. Okay. If it's 4, 3, 8, then an 8. So we need to put that column 3 up. If you pretend that there's no big gap in between the two squares, and you just read the numbers across, so we want it to be 4, 3, 8. And then there's 6, 1, 8 in the next column. It's really hard to explain. Let's just move this across and see if I've guessed it right. 4, 3, 8. Okay. Is that in the right order? Let's move that column 1 down. It should start with a 6. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so the next one across needs to read 7, 5, 3. Okay, so the 3's in the right place. Let's try and get the 7 in the top. Okay, so we're going to have to take it from the bottom. So we want to actually keep the 3, so we'll shift the column around. Let's move row 3 across.
Finished yet?
Okay, so we need that 2, 7, 6. So
What are we needing to do here then?
We are trying to fill in the 7 in the second column.
So this 7,
Yeah, so I've just moved the last row of the first square across so I can take the 7 from there. So I'm just going to move the 7 out of the bottom row, and then move the bottom row along again so that I can put it back in from the right-hand square.
Oh, you make it sound so simple.
Hopefully that's right. Okay, so we'll move that row back. To, what is it, one more? Okay, so now we've got, what do we need? We need it to read 7, 5, 3. So we've got our 7 and our 3, so we just need a 5 now in the bottom, which we will take from the centre of the first square.
So you're taking it from the centre of the first square.
Yeah.
How are you going to replace it?
So we need to make sure that the number we don't care about in the column is in line.
When you say you don't care about it?
Like it's wrong. So in the right-hand square...
So the one that's incorrect?
Yeah, so in our right-hand square, we want a 7. In the second column, we want a 7 and a 3 and a 5. So we don't care about the 2. So we'll move that up to be in line with the 5 from the square one.
Right.
We'll shift that
so
row across.
You need to explain it like you explain it to a 5-year-old.
Oh, and because we want to replace it with that 5 on the right-hand square, we can't have that in the same line because it'll end up being shifted around with the rest of it. So let's move row 2 across. Okay, so now we've got our 5 in place.
Yes. But you've also now got a 5 in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, but that's the one we're going to put. So we're going to move... what am I doing? Blah, blah, blah. We have to use that 5 to replace something that I don't remember what it is in that second column. The second column is fine, but we have to be able to rearrange everything now.
I hope you're not going to go into lecturing at all.
What's this? 951. I see. Okay.
Yeah, but you see, but you have to try and explain it so I can see.
I think if I move this back around, I bet it would be wrong. Yeah, because the 2 is still there. We still need the 5. Right. We need to somehow get our 5 out of there without disrupting absolutely everything. Let's move it. Let's move it once more to the right, and then we'll move it out of the row. So column 3. And then when we move it back to the left, it's got to be 9, 5, 1, and then it's all backwards now. That's upside down. 6, right? So it's got to be a 1. Oh, that's so hard. What? Oh, actually, I think yes. Okay. So the middle row has to read from right to left, left to right. 9, 5, 1, 1, 5. So if we put the 5 up or down now, here we go. From left to right, it's 9,
So
5,
essentially
1,
you've
1,
got
5.
the 9s and 5s and 1s in the middle.
Yeah, you have to shift them
row.
back into the row. So row 2's got to go to the left. So it's 9, 5, 1.
1, 5, 9.
Yeah, which is the mirror
what
which we want.
All right.
So the first 2, the left square is right and the first 2 columns are right. And in the last one, what do we actually need it to read? Oh, have I done it right? It needs to be 2.
So you need to
shift column 3 down. And it's 2. Oh, so why? How did people get lucky and get this right? It's got to be 2, 9, 4, but I've got 2, 4, 9.
Ah, so you're kind of close, but not.
So, what do I even? I need to somehow put a 9 where that 4 is. So, or a 4 where that 9 is. Neither is easy. So I'm supposing if I move row 2 back to the left, I put a 9 there. Oh. Column 3 is going to be shifted up and then back to the right.
So there's an element of luck involved here.
Yeah, it would have been really nice if that hadn't happened. Because that's 9, 5, 1, 1, 5. I don't think I actually changed anything. I just kept. I've done it.
You've done it. You have changed something.
We did change it.
Right. Well, I'm glad I done that quite easily. So what happens next then? So this is our code. So our code is 139, and it's 249. So we have
That's
to take.
7.
Sorry, 7. Sorry, my eyes have gone all funny. Okay, and then we get our goodies. We get goodies which are a Darkinium Z. We get TM Thunderbolt. And the Gardevoirite. Fantastic. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it?
Oh.
Well, let's go back to that woman and see what we get. I mean, that was horrendous. Right. Pokies, truffle, fly me back to a gate. Speed it up now. And where the hell was she? She was in one of these houses. I don't know which house she was in. This is her first house. And any luck, soldier? Got a password. I'll give it a go. So what was it, Luz?
I can't read your writing.
It was a 1, it was a 3, it was a 9, it was a 7, because you told me off. It was a 4 and another 9. Give it a try. Well, well. Way to go, kiddo.
Woohoo!
Bravo! Right, what do we get? Oh. No identifying information, but that gem. What? Do we follow?
Especially just walked into a fridge.
Ah. Additional room is one way to expand the property value. Okay, I'll assume that you got lost with the previous manager. Something written here. I didn't know. He tricked me. Whoever here had some problems. And with all this crap on the ground, Serena, I'll have to fix it. I'll get them all back. History was in my hands and then my skull. It is written by the winner, so I must take up the pen. What on earth's going on here? Nose to the grindstone, eye to the needle. The sword follows only after. New plan. There's no record of this house's owner, so it doesn't have one. Reading this, I'm convinced it's better that way. Clean up the paperwork. Thanks for your help. It's been weird, yes. Here's some appreciation. And all that, we get a department store sticker. All that! Well, you did get Thunderbolt. Okay, cool. So we get a department store sticker. I think that's it. And in her place is a Manectite. Very nice indeed.